I'm Jordan.
And I'm Dad. And this is Big Ten Predictions, week number 1. Welcome to our podcast. Today is July 31st. It happens to be Jordan's birthday. We're going to predict today Big Ten overall projections in football. And we're also going to predict week number 1 wins, losses. But first, Jordan's going to tell you about a channel that he has. Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, so starting on August 31st on the channel called Flash Jordan, I will be predicting and analyzing the upcoming best games in all of college football using ESPN's College Pick'em. So make sure you tune into that. The video will be posted somewhere in the afternoon and evening of August 31st.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the Big Ten in general. Number 1, is Big Ten best conference in football? Yes, it is. It's better than the SEC, right? Okay, so everybody's in the SEC. You can't even have this kind of conversations because our conference is just the best, and it is our conference.
You probably don't even know any other conference exists.
All right, he's an Ohio State fan. I'm a Northwestern fan. Couldn't get any more from two ends of the spectrum. Jordan, let's talk about your Big Ten East predictions and your Big Ten West predictions.
All right, so from the bottom up, I got Maryland, Rutgers, Indiana, Penn State. I got Michigan State in the bronze medal, Ohio State with the silver, Michigan with the gold. Michigan's just going to take it. You know, I feel like they have one of the most returning starters, and I just think that they are the most complete team in the Big Ten East.
Okay. So your favorite team you got coming in second. Why?
Mm-hmm. I just think that, like you saw last year in a game against Michigan State, we could not perform under pressure.
So you're going to choke. You think freaking Jim Harbaugh is going to be better. Okay.
No.
I get it. How about the Big Ten West? Where your teams in the West, bottom of the barrel team, all the way up to the best. Start with the crap team.
Well, Purdue is always the crap team. And then we got Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Northwestern, and Nebraska. I think Nebraska, just because they have a great returning quarterback and they have a great defense, and they're also a complete team like Michigan. So Nebraska, Michigan, Big Ten championship.
Okay. I have, in the East, I have the same, very close, Maryland, Rutgers, Penn State, Indiana, Michigan, Michigan State, and Ohio State winning that. That's the difference, though, is that you have Ohio State coming in second, but I have Michigan State, and Ohio State neither of them doing better than 10-2. This year is one of the toughest schedules for every team. There's only like 1 or 2 teams in the Big Ten that have an easier schedule, and neither of those teams are worth anything. Big Ten West, I've got Purdue being bottom of the barrel. Sorry, Boilermakers. You're not even good in basketball anymore. Then I got Minnesota, always struggling. Always struggling. They're supposed to be good last year. They stunk. Illinois, this could be the sleeper team. You got Lovie Smith coming in as a coach. He's going to change some things. They got a good fan base. They just need something to root for. So I have them at 5 in the Big Ten West, but I think possibly they could be better than Northwestern, better than Wisconsin. I got Iowa, Wisconsin, Northwestern, and Nebraska. Honestly, I have the Wildcats at number 2 just because they're my favorite team. But they were number 2 and 3 last year. They do have the potential. Nebraska's probably going to take the cake. I don't know. It's weird. Both of us like Nebraska. I don't see that happening. But I'm going to predict it just because stranger things have happened. I don't see anybody else being better than Nebraska next year. All right, let's talk about the first week. The first week we have Indiana University versus Florida International.
Yeah, Florida International has never been anything special. Neither has Indiana, but Indiana's been a tiny bit more special.
So I think Indiana's going to go away with a win.
I agree.
It's at Florida International, I mean,
Not going to matter.
Not going to matter. Next game on tap, first week, Oregon State versus Minnesota.
I got Minnesota in that game. They're at home, opening week. You know,
Oregon State is by far the better team, so I've got Oregon State, and I think that you're going to see it my way after week number 1. Furman versus Michigan State.
Michigan State, walk in the park.
Walk in the park. Purdue versus Eastern Kentucky.
No,
not a walk in the park.
Not a walk in the park, but I think
Purdue
barely edges it out.
I don't see Purdue smashing them
by 3.
I think Eastern Kentucky's a decent team. All right, we got in the same talking about playing Purdue. I think they're going to do well. Howard versus Maryland.
Maryland. I didn't even know Howard had a football team up to this point.
Even though Maryland stinks every year, I don't see them losing this one. Western Michigan versus Northwestern. Go ahead.
Another walk in the park for this time for the Northwestern.
I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. It is week 1. Northwestern hasn't lost week 1 in I don't know how many years, and they've played incredibly tough teams in week number 1, especially with the unknown. Last year they beat Stanford at home. This year I think they're going to beat Western Michigan at home in similar fashion. Clayton Thorson better come out looking like a star. All right, Hawaii versus Michigan.
I mean, Hawaii.
You've got
I got Michigan.
I've got Michigan. But could this be a huge upset for Michigan? Is it possible?
Yeah,
I think it's very possible.
And if Michigan loses this game, they aren't doing crap in the Big Ten.
Bowling Green versus Ohio State. This one shouldn't even be a game. Just like Howard versus Maryland shouldn't even be a game.
Ohio State has not lost versus a MAC team since 1895 when they lost. They're not
going to lose this year.
Right, when they lost to Akron.
Rutgers versus Washington Huskies.
I got Washington.
I got the Huskies killing Rutgers in a bloodbath. LSU versus Wisconsin.
I got LSU, even though, I mean, the game is in Green Bay where the Packers play in Lambeau Field, but I still think that Leonard Fournette's going to be a beast. And, you know, they got a great quarterback as well at LSU.
Yep, I'm picking LSU to beat Wisconsin, and it's going to be a so-called neutral site, but going to have to go with LSU here. Leonard Fournette, unless he gets hurt, it's going to come out as a beast.
Right.
Kent State versus Penn State.
Another walk in the park.
Penn State's
Should
going
be a
to
walk in
kill
the park.
Kent State, but to me this could be an upset. Just like the next game for the week's going to be Miami, Ohio versus Iowa. This is at Iowa. Who do you got winning this game?
I still got Iowa. I mean, look, anything can happen. But, I mean, Iowa is at home. They do have great defense. There's no way Miami, Ohio should completely destroy that defense.
I am exactly opposite of you. I think Miami, Ohio is going to win this game. I don't know how it's going to end up. It could be a slaughter either side. I think that Miami, Ohio is going to come out with the win. And Murray State versus Illinois. You have Illinois down as winning this game. I have Illinois down as winning this game. Why is Illinois gonna be decent this year? That's better than 3 and
Murray State's known for their basketball. They ain't known for their football. And Illinois, they're gonna be fired up because Lovie Smith coming in first year as a coach, and I think everyone's gonna be pumped and they'll be ready to go.
Totally agree. We'll see you guys next time